Hey everyone, my name is Gamer Corey and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto video. Now in this video, basically what I would like to go over is how to make money as either a beginner or with very limited companies like myself in Grand Theft Auto Online. So basically, there are a couple prerequisites that you guys will need in order to do what I'm doing on the screen. You can either become a CEO of a business, and like last week, you were able to buy the office buildings for 50% off, which made my building very, very cheap. And the other thing that you're going to need is a vehicle warehouse. Beyond that, there isn't much else that you would need unless you would like to get an armored vehicle, which you can get the Duke of Death or the Armored Kuruma, or you could also get the Buzzard helicopter. Now that is the one that I definitely prefer. Is the Buzzard, and I actually purchased it just recently, so I'm still trying to get the hang of it, so don't be making fun of my flying skills down in the comments section below. Anyway, so basically what you need to do is steal some vehicles. Now, the first thing that you do need is your CEO office, and this happened to be my first vehicle that I needed to steal. So in this specific mission, I had to find a picture and a location and match up where the car might be located, and then I'm just basically going to steal it and take it all the way back to my vehicle warehouse. Now there is a little bit of a setup that needs to be done if you are first purchasing a vehicle warehouse, and that would be to obtain 10 standard and 10 mid-range cars, and then what you're going to be able to do is source only top range cars going forward. I believe in my current garage in my warehouse right now, I have like 8 of the standard and 8 of the mid, and for a majority of the time I am, and I repeat, I am only basically sourcing top range vehicles at any given moment. Now, as soon as you get a top range vehicle, what you want to do is go to your computer inside of your warehouse and sell that top range car from the warehouse. Now, you always want to make sure that you are selecting the specialist dealer because that is going to give you the most amount of money. Now, last week was Speed Week, and they gave us 50% more money on any import-export business, which was brilliant because I was able to make a lot of money. Now, you do have to put $20,000 into customizing the car before you're able to sell it, and then on the road, you're either going to have to deal with other players, or you're going to have to deal with NPCs that like to shoot and destroy your vehicle like absolutely mad. Now that is probably my only complaint about doing this in a solo public lobby is if you sell one of these vehicles in a solo private lobby or public lobby, then the NPCs are very, very feisty and they will destroy your car, costing $15,000 in damage like is currently on the screen. So that is kind of my only negative about doing it with NPCs, but you know, $15,000, $20,000 to make it. It cost me like $6,000 before, so we're still earning about, you know, that $60,000 to $70,000 every time that we steal a car. Now there is a cooldown that you have to make sure that you do. Now what I like to do personally is go back to my office, source another vehicle, and then I will basically go and obtain that vehicle that we are sourcing, and I'll take it down to my vehicle warehouse. Now, my vehicle warehouse is located really close to Los Santos International Airport, and I can take my Buzzard and do basically a mission where I can do the hostile takeover, which I will show later in the video, and you can do that while you are waiting for the cooldown to basically have the cooldown complete. Now, in this right now, I'm taking this vehicle to the warehouse and having it stored there so that when my cooldown timer has expired, I can basically rinse and repeat the profit. Now, selling these cargo vehicles or these vehicles in general, that you will make more money than anything else in the game as far as at the very beginning stages. You're going to be making that minimum $60,000 and $80,000 if you have a completely unwrecked vehicle, and that is going to be an amazing amount of money very, very quickly, especially when you're just starting out. Now, to buy the CEO office, if it's not currently on sale, you can do one of two things. You can either buy the criminal starter package, and that will give you one of the CEO offices for free, which is going to be the cheapest one, which is the one that I'm currently in. Or you can wait for them to go on sale at 50% off, and then you can buy the cheapest one for $500,000. So there's going to be a little bit of an investment to obtain this type of work, but a majority of the players that I have seen and that I've played with are much higher ranking than I am, and it doesn't take very long to get in this. I've only been playing for just a little over a week, and I did buy the criminal starter package because there was a couple things that I really wanted. Like, I wanted the bunker, I wanted a couple of the businesses, the MC businesses. I got the MC as well. Now this week the buzzard is 50% off, so that's the reason that I purchased it. And it made it really easy for some of the missions that I'm trying to showcase in this video. Now, some of the other ones that you're going to be doing is with the hostile takeover, is you can do that every so often. There's a cooldown period for them. But then what you can do is you can, as soon as this is complete, you're going to go and drop off that package wherever that might be located at. And then once you arrive at that said location, you're still going to have the 4 stars for basically destroying something inside of the international airport. But watch what's going to happen as soon as we drop this off. I mean, that's $18,000, and it only took a few minutes of time to actually complete that hostile takeover. Now, unfortunately, with the sourcing the cars, which I'm going back to my warehouse right now because I'm going to basically sell that top range car that we stole from the beach earlier, and now we're going to be able to sell that one because the cooldown has completely expired. And now what we can do is go ahead and just rinse and repeat that entire thing again. So we're going to obviously confirm that we want to sell this to a specialist dealer, and we can just change the plates, change the color, and it doesn't really matter what we do with this vehicle. It doesn't matter the colors, it doesn't matter what we change. As long as we change something in every category, then we'll be able to sell this vehicle, this top range vehicle, for a huge amount of profit. So I'm going through it as quickly as possible, real time, and it only took me about 30 seconds from logging into my computer to completely renovating this vehicle. Now, this one was really, really close. It only took a couple seconds to get over to it. It was honestly like a minute or so, and we delivered it. We made basically $97,000. I put $20,000 in it. I had a little bit of an upkeep or maintenance on the vehicle first off, but I still made about $70,000 from stealing that vehicle. Now, I made $18,000 from doing a hostile takeover, and then what you need to do on top of that is you can source out, basically, you can do Headhunter missions, which you just pull up your CEO menu here, and then you can go down to Headhunter and start that Headhunter mission. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take out the 4 targets. It gives you 15 minutes to complete it. Believe it or not, what is actually showcased on the screen right now was the first time that I had ever done a Headhunter with a buzzard. So it was really hard for me to get used to the controls of the buzzard. I was used to an armored vehicle like the Duke of Death, and then basically all you have to do is kill the last person, and then you get $25,000. Now, this did take me 13 minutes, but once I get used to it, I know that there are some people that are doing it in definitely under 5 minutes, and it's a fast way to make $25,000. Plus, you can also do a rank up really, really quickly. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going back to Los Santos International Airport, and I'm starting another hostile takeover mission, and it's always going to be in the exact same warehouse. Now I've had a little bit of time to kind of play with the buzzard helicopter and really kind of learn how to control it a little bit more. I'm going to take out these 2 targets really, really quickly, and that's pretty much all I need to do. So I just need to land, and if you're really good with this, with the buzzard, you don't even have to land to pick up the package. You can just pick up the package with the nose of the helicopter and then fly out of the hangar and you can save time instead of having to get in and out of the helicopter. It makes it really efficient. And then you just have to go and drop it off at the waypoint or the checkpoint and make the money. So here's the case where you can see that I'm just landing it with my helicopter, and then I was able to get the $16,000 from that right away. So now what you can do is just start kind of mixing it up with everything that you've been doing. You can do the sourcing of the vehicles, you can do headhunters, you can do hostile takeovers, you can even do sightseers missions, which is what I'm going to do. So those are the 4 types that I would really recommend that you guys do. Now, if you don't have a CEO office, the buzzard will not spawn anywhere that you request it. You will be able to start VIP work once you hit $50,000, but you can only do it for 4 hours. So once you're able to purchase a CEO office or purchase the criminal enterprise starter pack like I did, then there's no cooldown. You can go as long as you want, and then once you hit those 4 hours, you have to wait another 12 hours if you only have the VIP, and basically start that entire process over. So you have to, basically you get 16 hours every single time, and with owning a CEO office, you can do it as much as you would like. It doesn't really matter how you go about it, but it's really, really nice when you don't have to have the cooldowns and you don't have to wait the 12 hours by having a CEO office. So that is by far the first investment that I would definitely recommend that you guys go ahead and get. But the 4 missions that I'm specifically doing is vehicle sourcing or vehicle cargo. I'm doing sightseer missions. I'm doing hostile takeovers. Hostile takeovers are super easy, especially if you go to Los Santos International Airport and do the one in the hangar, and then you just have to go and drop it off. It literally takes 2 minutes of your time to make the $18,000. Now, in the sightseer missions, you have to go to 3 different locations, play 3 different mini games, and drop off the packages or pick up the packages. And once you go and pick up all the packages, and then you're awarded a $24,000. Or I know it's variable every single time that you do it, but it's really easy to make a quick bang of cash in Grand Theft Auto Online. And then you just rinse and repeat. Go and get a vehicle, and then while that vehicle is cooling down, go and do a Los Santos International Airport hostile takeover. And then while that's in a cooldown phase, go and deliver that top range vehicle that you had. While that's in cooldown, go and do a headhunter. Now, while that's in cooldown, go back and source another top range car and deliver it to the warehouse. So while that's still in cooldown, go and do a sightseer or whatever you want. Just mix it up and match it up. But that is all the time that I have for in today's video. I made a ton of money doing this relatively quickly, so I recommend that you guys do it too if you guys are either one out of cash or a new player. But if you guys did enjoy the video in any way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.